everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Well, I am back to answer another commonly asked question about our friend, the finger blade. Stay tuned. Y'all, I am so glad that the video showing how to change the blade in your finger blade was so helpful. That's one of the things that I do try to do with my channel, is share little tips here and there. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. And welcome to all of my new subscribers and to all of my new friends. Welcome back to all of my longtime subscribers and longtime friends. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you're supporting me and my channel. Today I'm going to share another finger blade demo with you guys, and hopefully it will help some of you with some of the challenges you might be having in using the finger blade. I think this thing is awesome. As you guys know, I use it more than I use scissors. As a matter of fact, I'm not a big scissors user, so the finger blade jumped in many years ago to save me from those crafty miscuts I was having because I'm not very good with scissors. So I'm going to do another quick demo for you in just a minute. But before I do, I wanted to mention something that I'm working on. I am actually in the process of trying out a new double-sided tape. And the tape that I'm using comes in various sizes. So you have the narrow size all the way up to the wide size. And I'm holding the tape like this because I'm not ready to release the name yet. I've been using it now for about a month. And I've been using it to see if it performs equally or better than the tape that I have always used on the channel, which is scrappy tape. I love scrappy tape. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the quality of scrappy tape. The reason why I'm on the hunt for a suitable alternative is because of the price of scrappy tape. Like everything else, the price has steadily gone up, and up. And it is a good quality tape. But my question is there a tape out there that's equal to the quality of the scrappy tape, in my opinion? Is there a tape out there that I can now bring into my tape stash that will give me the same stick as the scrappy tape? So that's what I'm working on right now, and I'll report out to you guys in about 2 weeks on what I think of this tape. But for those of you who have scrappy tape, there is absolutely nothing wrong with scrappy tape. I have scrappy tape. I love scrappy tape. I have always used scrappy tape in my crafting. Always. It's been a staple for me for as long as I can remember. So I have absolutely no problem with the quality of the scrappy tape. I'll let you guys know what I find and what I think in a couple of weeks. But let's do that finger blade demo. All right, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that I can really get in close to show you guys what it is that I'm doing with the finger blade. And one of the comments that I see a lot is about the accuracy of my cuts and how your cuts are not nearly as straight or as accurate. Well, the first thing that I want to remind you of is I have been using this finger blade for almost 2 decades. When I first started using it, there was a learning curve to it for me as well. But over time, I got better and better and better. And now I'm at the point where I can probably blade in my sleep. But as you practice the finger blade, you're going to get better. Now, the finger blade is not for everyone. If you have any type of hand sensitivity or hand dexterity issues, this finger blade is probably not for you. But for those of you who want to use the finger blade, what I'm going to demo is how to get the most accurate cuts. And it all comes down to how you're holding the blade. So I think I'm as close as I can get without it getting too fuzzy. All right, y'all, so when I take my pointed finger, it goes in just like this. So when you slide your finger in, slide it all the way in, the crook between these 2 fingers. And then you're going to take your pointed finger and rest it on top of the blade. So it'll be like this. And then what I do is I take my thumb, and my thumb goes right in here. And I take my middle finger, and my middle finger is resting against the barrel like this. So basically, this is how the finger blade looks in my hand. If you're going to take the blade and put it in your hand like this and put your finger over the top, you might as well be using some type of a long arm X-Acto blade or something like that, because that is not how the finger blade is designed to be used. The finger blade is just that. It's for the finger, and it's for the pointed finger to go through. So when you're holding it like this, try to move my fingers, you can see my middle finger is here, resting against this. My thumb is here. My pointed finger is on top of the blade. And then all I need to do is my ring finger and my pinky finger are going to be stabilizers. So what you will frequently see when I'm cutting, if you pay attention to these two fingers, you will see that they are pretty much dragging along the paper to hold my hand steady. So when I'm cutting and I'm pressing down, you see those two fingers? Watch the two fingers. Watch my ring finger and watch my pinky. They're basically my stabilizers. They keep my hand moving in the direction that I want it to move. So I'll do it again. You can see these two fingers. And I'm pressing down with these two fingers because I want them to have pressure and guide me straight. So all I'm doing is pulling. When I say go straight, y'all, that's all I'm doing. I'm pulling straight down. Now, if you don't have those fingers out and you cut, hopefully you can see it might look straight, but it's not straight. These are fairly straight cuts because I am using these two fingers to stabilize how I am guiding that blade. And then I have my thumb, my pointed finger, and my middle finger all like this, holding that blade steady. And these two fingers on the end here act as my stabilizers. So that is how you get those nice straight cuts. So when I say cut straight down, we cut straight down because I have my fingers doing the guiding for me. And then that makes my cutting very even all the way across. So I have pretty much sacrificed a nice piece of green paper, and that's okay because we needed this little demonstration to show proper finger placement on the finger blade to get the most accurate cut possible. The more you do it, the better you're going to become with your finger blade, and before you know it, you'll be blading just like me. So I hope that this demonstration has been helpful. I am going to have both of these videos as a permanent part of my description box so that if you want a refresher on how to change the blade or how to get the best possible cut, that will be linked in the description box under helpful videos. So I hope that you have found this helpful. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.